Hey, BIP of Bizarre Interest Productions, and did I forget it's Odaiba Day? What's Odaiba Day, and what does this have to do with Digimon? Well, August 1st was the first date to be mentioned in Digimon when Taichi returns to the real world and finds out not even a full day has passed in the real world, while months gone by in the digital world. It reintroduced Hikari, aka Kari, especially if you didn't watch the original Digimon Adventure movie in shorts, and that episode where it happened aired on August 1st in Japan. And in Digimon 02, the original Chosen Children got together on August 1st to celebrate the first time they went to the digital world. Combined with the fact that the real world locations in Digimon are real places in Tokyo, Japan, and Japanese fans have been celebrating Odaiba Memorial ever since, yeah, assuming I get this on August 1st, honestly, it's about time to celebrate it. If you made it this far, type Happy Digimon Day or Happy Odaiba Day. So, let's make a Digimon fighting game roster. Why? Few reasons. One, I haven't talked about Digimon on this channel outside of shorts, and honestly, it'd be such a shame to not talk about it and miss another year. And two, the last time we had a Digimon fighting game, the rosters kinda suck. Not counting the GBA Frontier game, since that one focused exclusively on that season, but going from Rumble Arena 1, which had a very balanced cast amongst the three series, to Rumble Arena 2 having over half the playable cast hail from only Adventure, especially when Frontier, the new season at the time, only had Takuya's line, Duskmon, and freaking Nemon of all people on the list. Then we got Digimon All-Star Rumble's 6 Adventure reps, 2 Season 2 reps, 2 Tamers reps, and 2 Cross Wars reps. Nothing from Frontier or Sabers. So, how do I want to do this? Well, given we've got a ton of characters who have multiple evolutions, I came up with a solution. We'll have the character in their base form show up in their intro animation, then during the fight they'll have one consistent form they stay in. When their health reaches 50 to 40%, they'll be able to digivolve again in the middle of a fight, but stay that way. So each character has 2 forms that will give them new moves and abilities, similar to most aiding fighting games or enhancing the rage meter from Tekken. Heck, we can have their other forms show up in their movesets or for their supers and ultimate attacks. Speaking of Tekken, I think the gameplay should be a hybrid of Tekken, Pokken Tournament, and Naruto Clash of Ninja games. A 3D environment you can sidestep, launch attacks with like the first 2, but have enough variety, moveset and chance to maneuver, and have specials and ultimates. One for the base form and one for the latent form. Heck, we could do a Clash of Ninja Revolutions 2 and 3 did and make it a 3D tag fighter where you can swap your characters out, and some characters can perform team supers. Say, for example, Ty and Matt use Omegamon, the Apply Monsters make a link that Haru and Ray did, or Haru and Eugene did, and Ken and Dave is going into Imperial Dramon Paladin mode. And for multiplayer, you could have a 4-player free-for-all mode where people could just toggle which opponent they want to target, like they do in the Clash of Ninja Revolution games. So, what's the starting roster going to be? 30 characters. That's how much the starting roster is for Tekken 8 and crossover fighting games, the latest one being King of Fighters 15 that launched with 39 characters. So we're going to go with 30 for now. Plus, Rumble Arena and Rumble Arena 2 had 24 playable characters, and in the modern age, we can do much better. But I do have one rule because it's the one that's been bugging me whenever I see anyone make their own types of Digimon rosters for something like this. Every anime must be represented in the base roster, at least one character. I am not doing this, oh, this doesn't count as a Digimon anime nonsense. If Digimon is in your name and you have an anime of some sorts that has at least 4 to 5 episodes, you're getting representatives in the base roster. We'll worry about DLC later, but for now this game should be a celebration of Digimon from beginning to now. And we're not just focusing on the first one only. So in the comment section below, type Long Live Digimon and let's get started. First up on the roster is Tai and Agumon, main protagonist and face of the franchise. And we're going to go with Greymon as the main and War Greymon as the transformation state. Next up is Matt and Gabumon, but this time we're changing it up. Instead of Garurumon, we're going to go with Weregarurumon for the base. Thanks to Adventure 2020, Were got the animation bump for it to actually be cool, and he's physically bit by a brawler. And for his transformation, we're going to use Meta Garurumon. For our third rep is TK and Patamon. I attempted saving him for DLC, but his Angemon transformation was a big deal back in the day, especially given how many times he and Kari came in clutch. Before his base form, we're going to go with Magna Angemon, which will make it stand out from its new form and next character, and we'll have Serafimon be the transformation. Until 2020, Seraphimon's basically a jobber, and now that the reboot's been willing to have it throw hands, we're giving the player the chance to go all out. And our final rep for Adventure is Kari. She's the 6th ranger of the group, and her relationship with Gatomon and Impact played a huge role in the series. For her base form, we'll use Angemon, but for the final, we're going with Ophanimon. I know Magnadramon is popular, but Ophanimon got her chance in the reboot too, so let's just use her. Moving on to Adventure 2, we have one of the more divisive protagonists, Davis and Vmon. Love him or hate him, he is Ty's successor, a ramen cot lover, and still a goofball with hearts. For the base form, we're going with X-Vmon, and for the transformation, let's go with Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode. Speaking of Adventure 2, we're also including Ken and Wormmon. I was tempted to go with Dino Beamon and be different, but F it. We'll go with Stingmon for the base, and Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode for the final transformation. And for our final O2 rep, let's go with Yoli and Hawkmon. Yeah, her and Cody never got to be playable in any of the games, and it feels like out of those two, Yoli's more loved, even though I like them both. For the base roster, ooh, this is hard. I really want to use Valkyremon for the transformation, especially since people complain we didn't get this or Mega for her and Cody from the second movie. Okay, screw it. Base mode, Sylphimon, and Valkyremon transformation. If the O2 movie wouldn't do it, I'm doing it. Anyway, let's move on to Tamers, which I just realized I accidentally gave 5 spots to. Blame Konaka. Anyway, first up is Takato and Gumon. Beloved by everyone except for Spain for some reason. Great development. The base form is going to be Walgramon to make it distinct from their Goggleheadsmons. And for the transformation, we've never had Gallantmon Crimson mode, so I was thinking either use it as part of an ultimate attack, but at this point, people have been begging for that form to be playable in a fighting game for years, so let's just do it. Then there's Henry and Terriermon, who I'm not entirely sure what the fandom thinks of him, but Rapidmon has guns and would make a solid base form. And yeah, let's go with Mega Gargomon. It's a 1-mon arsenal, and hey, maybe Bandai might actually do something with it now that it's actually in promotional material. Then we got Rika, the girl Lucy inspired from The Matrix, the most dynamic female lead regardless of hype backlash, and her and Renamon are an iconic duo. Heck, I'm down with making Renamon the base form and then Tsukuyamon as the transformation. Second to last is Rio. I know, he's divisive. Geez, Tamers is supposed to be the fan favorite, right? But base form, Cyberdramon, make him Berserk and a hard to control glass cannon. And for transformation, Justimon. An awesome Kamen Rider form and will trade the power of Zed for better control, skill, and maneuverability. And finally, Impmon. And with him, I'm having him as a favor to something everyone has wanted for a while. Base form, Beelzebub, and transformation, Blast Mode. No transformation in Shoutmon Cross 5B. Just do it already. Let's talk about Takuya and Digimon Frontier. Yes, his idle transformation is going to go from Flaremon to Agunimon. But for the base form, we're going to take a swing and go with Aldamon. Aldamon got done extremely dirty in Cross Wars Young Hunters, and this should give it the respect that it deserves, especially since his human and beast forms were already used in Rumble 2. For the transformation, we're going with Emperor or Kaiser Greymon. This is a powerful and wonderful form that deserves its respect in a fighting game for once. And this time, Takuya won't be the only Digidestined from his series alone in the game. Next up is Zoe. I know people are going to be divided on this one, but everyone says that she deserved better treatment in the show. So what better chance than us getting the opportunity to play as her Digimon and actually do cool stuff with her besides beating up Renamon. Base form is Zephyrmon because it's Kazemon but even cooler. And for transformation, give her Gel Sylphimon. Everyone has wanted her and the others to just get or use their fusion forms in the show. And you know what? With a fighting game, perfect opportunity to explore canon. And finally, Koichi and Loemon. Considering Rumble 2 had his corrupted version, this time we're going with the genuine article. Sad backstory, everyone agrees he deserved better. Base form will be Loemon, but also give him attack slide evolving into Jaeger. But for transformation, definitely use Rihimon. No good game hate, but if they could have used Ancient Sphinx form, then this time we can definitely use Rihimon. Moving on to Savers and Data Squad, Marcus and Agumon. Part of my decision to not have the rookie be the idle forms is because some mons overlap. So for the base form, I think we can go with Shine Greymon, and then for the transformation, go with Burst Mode. Just have Burst's ultimate be Marcus punching the opponent with Shine Greymon Burst mode together, like they did against Kurata. Then there's Thomas or Toma and Galmon. Mac Galgamon's the base form for this, but yeah, he's getting Mirage Galgamon Burst mode for the priority. Then we have Yoshi and Lalamon. For her base form, let's go with Lilamon, and for the transformation, Rosemon Burst mode. I know some people would cut her from their roster, but we've had the Power Trio for all the series that focuses on that, and Yoshi deserves more love anyway. Moving on to Cross Wars and Fusion, we've got Taiki or Mikey from the dub and Shoutmon. These two workaholics kick butt, and for the base form, we're going to go with Omega Shoutmon, Shoutmon Solid Evolution, and then for the transformation, Shoutmon Cross 7. Then we've got the rival Kiria, aka Christopher, and Greymon. Base form will go with Metal Greymon, and the transformation, Z Greymon. And for the final member of the Cross Wars Power Trio, Nene and Mervamon. Nene's fun, Mervamon's a fan favorite, and we're not just going to ignore Sparamon. Mervamon's base, though, Sparamon will help out as a combo extender and assist, and the transformation will be Jet Mervamon. And we actually have 2 more Cross Wars reps, though, from Young Hunters. Yes, we're including Tagaru. People hate him, he has his fans, but hey, Acid Dgimon is pretty awesome as a form. Give him all the Cross Wars ups as combo attacks, and superior mode for the transformation. And Tagaru won't be alone from his season because we've got you, Nene's brother with Damemon, who was revived and his main partner in the sequel season. Much more mature than he was as a child, and with Damemon's evolved form, Tuarmon, who is perfect for a base form with his ninja abilities. And while it's technically cheating, let's give him Tuarmon Beast or Hell mode as the ultimate. Just say he found purified versions of his old teams from the digital underworld to use. Next up are the Apply drivers, and yes, I count Atmon as Digimon. They are practically cousins at this rate. First up is the protagonist Haru and Gatchmon, who went from feeling like a side character to a main one. For their base form, I think we could go with Dogatchmon, but use Globemon for its ultimate attack, and then for the transformation, use the god form Gaiamon. Then there's the girl lead Eri and Dokomon. Eri might be the most well-received girl lead, but Dokomon's evolutions always got shafted in focus of the base one. We'll go with Ojamon. I haven't talked much about how each fighter would work or play, but he'd basically be a grappler for the game, hurling and throwing the opponent around. And for the transformation, we'll also go with her god mode, Poseidomon. And for our final Apply monster rep, we'll put Ray and Hakamon, who semi-fit the loner Digimon archetype, but is different enough and cool in his own way. For the base form, we'll go with Raydramon. It's got flight, hacking skills that can fit better. And for the transformation, we'll go with Hadesmon. But if you're mad Adventure has less than Tamer's characters, and you have one subversion to make that representation number equal, which is Mako and Makomon. Some of you are cheering, some of you are angry, but screw it. Mako deserves better. I ship her with Tai, fight me. And Mekumon spent way too much time not getting a chance to be a hero with Mako, so let's do it. Base form, we'll go with Maycrackmon, and then we'll go with Rasamon for the transformation. Let's give the people some fan service with the people hyped up to actually be the 9th Digidestined as actual members of the Digidestins in the fighting game. Finally, we're going to Ghost Game. And first up is Hiro and Gamamon. The last, for now, protagonist, and Gamamon's unique, so I have an idea. Battle Gamamon's going to be the base form, of course, but for his aerial combos, he'll turn into Chaos and Wezen for range attacks. For the transformation, we're going to use Kenna Weissmon's animation to go to Seriousmon, though I have an idea. If Seriousmon is at 20%, his gauntlets break and he can activate his strongest ultimate, Planet Knuckle, the same one that ended up defeating Regulusmon. And there's Hiro's first ally, Ruri and Angoromon. Honestly, any of Angora's Digimon's forms, child and adult, can work at any age. Lamortmon being Ungabunga, and Dairatmon's obviously going to be the transformation. So the question is, what should be the base form? Because all of them have at least 3 moves. So I'm gonna take a gamble and say normal with Angoromon using his combos or ultimates for the others. And finally, we got the last of the Ghost Game trio, Kyoshido and Jellymon. For base, we'll go with Tesla Jessimon with Tedis for ultimate attack. And for the transformation, we'll go with Amphibion, a form that's versatile and has one nasty electric kick for a finisher. And yeah, that's the base roster. Yes, there's a few people who are missing, and I'll get to that later, I promise. But Rumble Arena and Rumble Arena 2 had unlockable fighters. One had 15, the other 9, so we're gonna go with 6. But since DLC is a bit tricky, We'll have 6 Digimon antagonists as bosses with limited movesets. Then when those movesets are completed, release them as free DLC. Those 6 will be War Greymon, Gullus Gamamon, Diaboromon, Myotismon, Lucimon, and Piedmon. Black War and Gullus have reusable assets, but also have their own unique elements, and for Gullus, we need to either give him Proxymon or Regulusmon as a transformation or ultimate. Diaboromon's a powerful and iconic threat. Myotismon almost always shows up when there's an anime Digimon crossover of some sorts. Lucimon's being one of the most darkest antagonists in the franchise has to net him some points. And then Piedmon is the most beloved and deadly of the Dark Masters. Let's get to DLC, and I know seasons of DLC have gone down to 4 fighters, but if Toei's gaming division wants to make some goodwill with the Digimon community, and honestly, based on how long they've been sucking at distributing the anime and games for years, they should. We'll do 2 seasons of 6 characters released during the year. Fair? Fair. DLC 1, we are going to start with Dorumon, who's going to digivolve into Alphamon. Now, you can debate on whether or not this should be the Alphamon from X Evolution or Tri, but considering X Evolution is pretty rare to talk about to the point where even I haven't watched it, I think we should have it based on that one's personality, while also still homaging the one that was in Tri, basically combining both into one composite character. Is Izzy and Tentomon. I know picking the Goggle and Lancer boys and the Angels met some fan favorites had to get cut, and Izzy's like the one that would hurt. Kabuterimon is obviously the base, and I'm gonna go Hercules Carbuterimon as a transformation. Feels right. Then we're gonna go with Joe and Gomamon. Yeah, let's get him in here too. He was an All-Star Rumble, but they gave him Plesiomon and Aegistramon. Like, I love the out of left field choices, but Zudomon and Vikemon were right there, so we're giving it to him. Also, a quick try rant. Why didn't we see his girlfriend? We're probably gonna have some sort of campaign mode where we get to see all the characters interact, and I just need to see them make a model of what at least she looks like. Then let's get the Frontier up in here. Koji is, at least I think he's supposed to be the fan favorite. Okay, as much as I love Frontier, I saw a poll on Frontier characters people like the most and least out of the main 6, and he was behind Takuya, Zoe, and Koichi. Even JP, but F it. Lobomon is pretty hype moments in aura the character, so we're making that the base form, his Beast and Fusion for attacks and ultimates, and Magna Garudamon for his transformation. It's so hype, so awesome, and has a second form without the armor that'd be great for a moveset. And I pay good money since DLC characters tend to get better gimmicks. Then there's the last of the main quartet from Sabers and Data Squad, Keenan or Ikuto. Yeah, I know people are hot and cold on him, but I like him enough, and Ravemon is so cool. You know what? We're gonna make Ravemon the base form and Burst Mode the transformation. Also, go watch the Digimon scene for Ravemon because they didn't give him or Rosemon their own flashy Burst Mode animations because they put them in the same episode and wasted the new Digimon animation budget on Mirage and Shining's Burst Modes. But tell me base Ravenmon's Digi-Evolution is not the most majestic looking? Alright, enough glazing. Last up, we're going with Eugene and Offmon from Digimon Universe Apple Monsters, the 6th Ranger of the group who came in hot with his ultimate Shutmon. So that's going to be the base form, and for the transformation, we'll use the God form Rebootmon. Up is DLC Pack 2, and we're going to fill the roster with everyone that's not in the base roster already. First up, Sora and Piomon. She's the last of the original Digidestined that's not in the game, -1, who I'll get to. And while I think adventure overexposure is a problem, Sora's like the first Digidestined girl in the series, and it'd be a crime not to include her. Base form, I've been trying to stray away from the avian types because of how big their models tend to be. So let's go with Garudamon. But for the transformation, well, with Phoenixmon, I guess I don't really have much of a choice now, do I? Next is the first of the Final Frontier members, JP and Beetlemon. But Beetlemon is pretty awesome, so base form easily with Metal Kabuterimon for attacks and his ultimate. And for his transformation, Rhino Kabuterimon, so we could finally see what the hell is these fusion forms deal. Afterwards is Cody and Armadillomon. He's the only O2 rep missing, and yeah, not leaving anyone else out of the gate for the base form. Let's go with Ankylomon, and for his transformation, let's go with Shakuramon? Wait, that's his Mega? They only gave him Vikemon as a Mega in the WonderSwan games? That's so boring. Doesn't even fit him. Like, can't we give him Slash Angemon? Okay, I'm gonna let you decide what to do for this one because holy crap, does Cody's evolution line deserves better. That is so messed up. Anyway, third to last is Tommy, and let's be honest, all of his Digimon forms are iconic in some way or form. Like, I'm pretty okay with any of his forms, but I think we could keep Kumamon as the base form and slide into Korikakumon for combo extenders and really big attacks. For the transformation, look, I know in the Digimon community, Daipenmon is divisive, but let's be honest, if you are a random person on the street, see a penguin dual-wielding weaponized popsicle sticks in that trailer, you know people are going to have questions or want to pick it up immediately for how ridiculously cool that sounds. Then there's Astra and Muzimon, who are a great pair with development, and we're going to go with Entermon as the base form, and for the transformation, Uranusmon. It's definitely a unique take for a line, but I'm down for it. And the final character is the last of the mainline Digidestined, and I think now the most popular, Mimi and Palmon. I was hesitant because people love Mimi, but people have crapped on her Digimon for the longest time, with Togemon getting the brunt of the hate for this. But then 2020 came and made all of her partner forms both lovable and cool. Between Togemon, Lilymon, and especially Pachomon, I have no idea what her base form should be. I say cycle through all of them for her combos and Rosemon as a transformation. And yeah, that's the roster. Yep, we got all the main core members of every Digimon cast to some degree. Yes, I know I couldn't get everyone, like Zinjiro and Jeremy, Akari Angie, Kazu, Kenta would be hard, the Commander. But I'm thinking we can still have those characters show up in menus or appear for different modes. Like, they're still part of the Digimon lore, regardless if you like them or not. And I do like almost every single Digimon character. As for the single player campaign, like I said, use the bosses, give the players opponents or modify opponents in scenarios the player couldn't normally fight in versus mode unless they change on certain things like health and meter gain. But either through the intros or story modes, I just want to see these guys interact much more than usual, since when we had the Young Hunters crossover, because they can't get everyone back or have everyone interact or animate over 45 characters in a 90-minute time span, it'd be hard for them to give everyone like this whole episodic crossover that everyone wanted. But let me know what types of interactions you'd love to see. Like, I'd love to see Tai and Takuya talking about their love for soccer and the hardships leading the team. Mimi offering to help Kira get his dad's company back by buying it for him. Gullis and Blackwater Greymon being extremely condescending to one another regarding their existence. Zoe giving Mimi her sore fashion tips. Astra and Matt talking about music. Ken offering to go on a mission with anyone from that. Davis teaching Mimi how to cook. Marcus wondering why him and Hiro are the only ones without goggles, and Hiro brings up the racing episode. Kiryosho being surprised someone like Izzy's a tech prodigy that's younger than him. Henry's Terriermon and Shoutmon trying to see who's much stronger and louder. Rio being shocked by anyone from Ghost Game managed to stop Zed Millenniumon. Gamamon after offering Gillymon candy. Taiki letting Cody know of another Kendo friend he loved Rika to train with. Koichi bonding with Itmon about being lost in darkness. Takado and Haru overcoming their issues. Jellymon being extremely worried Yolene is Kiyoshiro's type. Nene demanding Koji never let his brother go. But that's just a few ideas. You all let me know your thoughts. Enjoy and happy Odaiba Day. Let me know what you think. If you like my roster, hate it, what would you change? I'm not perfect. Hell, I am a casual Digimon fan at best. I'm just grateful I experienced Digimon, though there definitely are some seasons I need to rewatch. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Happy Odaiba Day again. And BIP Bizarre Interest Productions, signing off.